Hey, it's Brad, Jack of all Ventures. I'm going to do episode 5 of my divorce story. And I just released episode 4 after a couple weeks of letting it sit unlisted, which, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about actually putting all this stuff out in public and whether I should wait till it's all over with or just kind of put it out there as it's happening. And I don't know, I did get a couple good comments on my episode 4 this morning, so I'm kind of run with keeping it going as it's happening. A lot's happened in the last couple weeks. Most importantly, I listened to a book called Conscious Uncoupling by Catherine Woodward Thomas. It's a very excellent book to show that there is a lot of positive stuff going on in our society to help make, if we're not going to commit to marriage, there's definitely ways of going about uncoupling that's good for everybody. And I don't know how many marriages that end in divorce could be saved where the feelings and the emotions don't have to take over, and you can come out of it as two good people, as friends. Because I know my marriage in particular was a good experience for me. The last couple years were a little bit draining and difficult, but all in all, I think it was a pretty good experience. And I really thought it was fixable and was hoping it was fixable. I thought I was doing most everything right. As like, if she wanted to be free, I was going to set her free. It's like, if you love them, set them free. And I kind of did that. It was a little bit easier because, in all honesty, the relationship was getting a little bit difficult. But I definitely was not even close to being ready to give up on it. But she was. So let her go. I think that's good advice. I thought I was doing the good moves. I had no idea what the divorce law was going to be. And then through the last year and, a quarter or more, whatever it is where I'm at now, I definitely learned of the business of divorce. I experienced it and was scratching my head and pounding my head against the wall for, a while before I realized that, what was really going on in the business, and watched the Divorce Court movie. And everyone that's thinking of getting divorced should watch that movie and also read the book. I ran out of memory. So typical problem. I climbed all the way up here, didn't have enough memory to make the video. Anyways, you should also read the book Conscious Uncoupling. It's really where it's at. That's the way. We need to get the law to help model that book, so that people who just grow apart and decide they don't want to be together and don't have fault in their marriage do not have to endure the wrath of the law and the lawyers. And that's my biggest point here. I'm going to go on a little bit just about what's happened with my particular case. It's very slow moving, and that's, I don't know if it's definitely a bad thing, because at some point, I just tried to get back together again with her in January, and I can't move on with my life. Why this undercurrent of this legal trouble, extreme legal trouble? All the other little things I've kind of pushed the edge of the law on a little bit and just living life and stuff like that. None of them compare to the amount of financial resources I'm going to lose with this divorce. So it is serious legal trouble, and I really don't want to give lawyers any more business. I've already spent enough on the 2 that I fired, and but I do have an appointment that they're all busy too. Imagine that. They're all busy, just like every other, any good one anyways is busy. You probably could get a crappy one right away, and I'm not getting another crappy one. I can guarantee you that. And maybe I'm still hoping to get through this on my own. And the best way really would be for my wife to read that book and realize that, we're good people when we got married. We can still be good people when we get divorced. But she's got to do what she's got to do. Clearly, I think I've made a pretty solid case. And that's where I do have some hard feelings towards her because she could make this all go away, and she won't. However, my bigger hard feelings are still with the law because, I mean, watching divorce court movie and living it, it just doesn't have to be that way. The law should be like the book and try to make it best for the people when they're in a difficult situation. Now, if there's fault in the divorce, clearly, I mean, the woman can't get out of the relationship because, you know, he's beating her and he's financially strapping her or whatever. I mean, that's, I mean, those are reasons for lawyers to be involved. But a lot of divorces nowadays aren't that. They are, you know, people growing apart, and they're encouraged to get divorced because, yeah, the business of the law helps a little bit of societal undercurrent, and, you know, it's like other big, I mean, it's, and I guess here's where I really want to make the point, and I'm probably not transitioning to the best. It's like the lawyers and everything down on the level that you deal with aren't the really bad ones. The really bad ones are the ones that are in the organizations pushing for the laws to be what they are. So it's like, I mean, yeah, I'm not doing a very good job of this, and I don't really want to edit it out. But you know, like I guarantee, like I just talked to the appraiser the other day, and I'm pretty sure I finally found somebody in this business with a conscience, because he decided he didn't want to do the job after talking to me a little bit. And I don't know exactly how that's going to pan out because, you know, the court ordered him to do it. So, which I think is just suspect and kind of crappy at that, because if anything, the court shouldn't put a specific company to work with. But he actually told me that he wanted to tell, you know, my wife's lawyer that we just couldn't meet up. And I made it clear to him that that is not the case. I came all the way back from Florida to meet with him. And, you know, but he still said he didn't want to do it and said he was going to hang up now. And I was like, that's fine. So I guess I'll find out what happens next time I go to court, because yeah, I'm not looking for an appraiser, and if I mean, it's the one that they ordered me to deal with actually has a conscience. So, and he doesn't need the business. I mean, I guess that's where I was kind of going to, is that the people doing the jobs, that even the lawyers at the lower level, they're just doing what they think is the job, and that's the way it's been done for years, and they don't realize that what they're doing is wrong. And, well, I think they do. They do, but they don't care. They know what they're doing is terrible to people, but they don't care, and that's their job, and they just say that that's their job, just like James Sexton did. I mean, in my episode 2, and I really want, now that I'm having a little bit of success at this too, I kind of want to make a 10-minute video that take that episode 2 down to 10 minutes, because I really drug it out way too long, kind of like I'm dragging this one out. But yeah, I think I'm gonna cut this one off now. Definitely got some stuff I do want to say, I just don't feel like doing it now. And yeah, actually a couple more things I do want to say, because that's what kind of why I started this, I don't know, half an hour ago, before I had to go back down and deal with the memory issue. You know, I'm getting a couple comments that are helpful, and I do appreciate it. And I guess the last one I just got recently, he was with me until I admitted that I was a vegan. And that's something new that's in my life, that actually my wife brought in my life. I would have never even considered it, but it's really the most healthy way to be. There's a lot of bodybuilders and everything else. My friend Chrissy Benson just had a bodybuilder on her podcast that aired today, talking about how you can, I mean, that's another thing that needs to change in the world. I think the world will probably benefit more from people transitioning to being vegan, as opposed to getting rid of these lawyers out of divorce or no fault divorce. The lawyers can be in fault divorce. I mean, if there's a spouse that's treating the other one really bad and creating a lot of problems, by all means, get the lawyers, fight it out. I mean, but honestly, I mean, my wife and I got along the entire time. I think she might have got a little bit better because, you know, I wasn't fighting to get her back and being all sad, which is kind of the opposite of what somebody commented too. I wasn't sad until the lawyers got involved, which I shouldn't say it like that. I was sad. I was getting more sad. I was starting to miss her. I mean, sometimes you need a break. Sometimes you just need a break to realize what a good thing you had. And then when you start to realize the good thing you had, and then it's too late because she hires a lawyer. I don't know. Is what it is. But the lawyers definitely, the lawyers definitely should be involved. And I am really going to ramble around in a circle at the moment. And my hands are cold. I'm back in Ohio where it's cold, and I am out for now.